Hi, Joe. It's Susanna Troy. I got an email. It was very powerful. Tell us about what's happening with our YouTube documentary and the newest event. What's happening?
Okay, hi Susanna. How
Hi.
you doing, by the way? Everything
I'm very
good?
tired. I turned 52 years old.
Oh, you don't look it. You don't look it.
Bless you.
But
I've
anyway,
been through a lot. So tell us about this.
Hi, the original interview was July 18th, 3 days after my birthday. And we told you about a letter that was written to Mr. Bratton, and the person who wrote it said, you know what, now is not the time to put that into a YouTube documentary. So I cut that whole section out. And you should know, since this Eric Gartner died while being arrested by the NYPD, and now there's talk that Bill Bratton may quit before he is fired. It's like what happened with Rudy Giuliani, part deux. So we'll see what happens. The next step, if we don't hear from Mr. Bratton and Inspector Sweet, is to FOIL. But we may have a new NYPD commissioner by then to ask to reinstate Joe. So far we've asked two.
Actually, it was my idea to ask him for help. And the point is, we've asked, what are the roadblocks? Why can't we know? I wrote and said, what are the roadblocks? And so let's see what happens. There was something cryptic in your file that would unentitle you to being reinstated. And so what we're saying is we don't believe there's anything in there that would prevent you from that. And many of your friends and coworkers feel that you should also get your pension reinstated, which they may be fearful of, but you don't even want any money back. So
I don't want any money.
No.
I don't want any money.
And what we're seeing is there's a lot of scandalous NYPD brass. They're caught up in scandal, and they've been allowed to retire and get their huge pensions. So I don't understand what could be in your file. So why don't you finish up this interview and give us your last bit of insights until we do our next segment.
Okay, again, I don't want any money. I just want I want the stigma removed that I carry for 30-something years with what was done to me, what the police department did to me, okay? I stepped forward, I reported corruption, and I've been paying the penalty for it for the last 30 years. What more do they want from me? I'm just asking for justice, period. They can keep their money, but I want that stigma removed from me that I've been carrying for the last 30 years.
You have been exonerated, and it's very touching how you are continually honored by the Hispanic community. So Mayor de Blasio and Bill Bratton show some respect for a courageous Hispanic NYPD hero who got set up 30 years ago. Do the right thing, please.
Yes, and one more thing to Bill Bratton. And I was a New York City cop, Port Authority and New York City street cop. I was a cop, not taking anything from the commissioner. He was a Boston police officer. I worked the mean streets of New York City, and I wish they would look into that. That would do so much, not just for me, but for other honest police officers.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of medals on your chest. And when I see NYPD brass, they don't have that many medals. You've done a lot of really courageous deeds. Some have been acknowledged with medals and thank yous from New Yorkers. Let's see what happens next, Joe. So you say goodbye, and thank you for the interview. What do you have to say as your farewell?
Thank you again, and God bless everybody out there that's been very supportive to me.
Bless you and thank you. Bye-bye.